Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just here to bring you a flip through of my latest junk journal. So if you follow my channel, we did a craft with me creating this journal using my papillon green and my nature bird themed envelopes, ephemera pieces. So it is a soft cover journal. It's made from an A4 envelope. I have covered it with this beautiful, what's this stuff called? It's like a kind of faux leather type suede stuff. I have covered it with that, and this was gifted to me by Laura, so it just looks really pretty on the cover. The closure is this gorgeous dark brown satin ribbon. And then here I've just got some of that gorgeous trim that I've just kind of stuck down. And then a handmade flower, which is literally just some coffee dyed fabric, you know, made into a very scruffy kind of shabby chic flower with this huge diamante. Other than that, the cover is plain. I have just noticed when I turned it over that actually I forgot to pop some lace here. So I will just pop a little piece of lace here covering the, where the ribbon is glued onto there. But then what I've done here, and I noticed Artie Mays did something like this on one of her journals. So I've just created this huge piece here, really. It's made just from some recycled packaging here, and then it's got some vintage book page. It's got then some layered up pieces there. It's got one of my little envelope tickets there. And then you've got some lace trim here. You've got a piece of vintage doily there. Little flower there, flower here, and some more lace trim here with some of that gorgeous bling up there. And then I've just popped here, be successful on your journey. That little sentiment is taken from my Lavender Serenity kit. So what I did was I kind of collaged that up. And then rather than gluing that onto the journal as kind of, you know, I would ordinarily, I copied kind of an idea that I saw Artie Mays do, where she just kind of bulldog clipped it on the top. And that way you've got this obviously for journaling. It's quite a stiff piece because it's quite layered up with various different things. But you could obviously then pop this inside your journal, or you could glue it on the cover if you want, or you could obviously just leave that bulldog clipped on, which I think looks really quite nice. So, you know, I just thought that was quite a nifty idea, and it kind of decorates the front, but also, you know, so going inside the journal, on the inside of the front cover, I've just popped a piece of coffee dyed paper, just one of the background pages from the papillon green kit. And then I've made a little pocket here with some, this is some hessian, which I have painted over in ivory. Now, as you can see, I didn't kind of paint it too thick. It's just kind of more dabbed on. So you've still got kind of the hessian showing through, but it's got a kind of ivory shade over it. And then I've just got some lace trim in this kind of beautiful colour green running down the side. And then I just decorated the pocket up with, again, another piece from the papillon green kit there, which I just Mod Podged over that and popped that onto the hessian, and a piece of ribbon there that has butterflies on, so I thought that was rather in keeping. Some lace trim here and a little bit of pearl trim there. And then inside that pocket, I just popped one of the envelopes from the papillon green ephemera piece set. So that's that. And then on the facing page, we decorated this page together. This is just an envelope that flips up, and then you've got a postcard there from my pretty postcards with my bird themed postcards and ephemera pieces. And you've got another piece that tucks up there. So that's kind of like a pocket there. And then obviously you've got a pocket here in the envelope, which again is another piece from that bird themed envelopes kit. And then I've just got some lace trim here and another piece from the papillon green over the top of the envelope and some doily. Got a green ruffle down the bottom with a little bow there. Then going over the page here, we've just got here this gorgeous vintage sheet music, which says Chasing Butterflies is the title of that piece of music. And I just thought that was so apt. And we worked on this together again in the process video, and we've just popped a piece on here for a kind of flip out, and then we've got the string that just ties that obviously and holds that shut like that. And then up here on the top we've just got some lace with a butterfly and some faux diamante up there, and tucked in there's a journaling card just from the Papillon Green kit. And then on the facing page, again, I think we did work on this in the process video, and this is a little paper bag that I made just from recycled other paper bag. Layered up some elements there and popped in a journaling card into the bag itself, which obviously matches the image on the front of the bag. Now I'm not going to be able to get that back in on video. There we go. And some pearl trim, lace and faux diamante there. You've got a bit of stamping. And then I took one of the tags from the bird envelopes and tickets kit, and I've just popped on some of that vintage doily up there as a kind of tab, and that just goes in behind. Then on this page here, I've just made a little cluster, and we've just tucked it, or sorry, stuck it at the top as a tuck spot for another little journaling card to tuck up there. And then you've just got some layered up elements here, and then you've got the lace trim down here. Then you've got this page here, which is from my Lavender Serenity kit, but I just thought it kind of toned quite nicely with the pages. If you watch the process video, I was trying to challenge myself to kind of mix the kits up a little bit, because I've been quite inspired by other people who have done that, and it's something that I struggle with. So that's what I've tried to do here, and I just think it kind of picks it up and goes quite well. On this page, I've just taken a piece of the background papers of one of the Papillon Green background papers and just torn down the edge and just stuck it on for decorative kind of detail. Doily, and then you've got some vintage book page here with kind of bird themes. And then here you've got another sheet from the Lavender Serenity kit, and then you've got some more blank page journaling, some more vintage book page. Then on this page here you've got just an envelope where I've popped on one of the large butterflies from one of the background papers, and then lace trim and a little flower here, pop some decorative bling for the body of the butterfly. And this again is just a piece from the Lavender Serenity, which I've just made a little kind of fold out that goes in there. And then tucked under there I've just decorated that up with some decoupage napkin onto some book page with some birds. And then I've just got some stamped images down the bottom. So that's that page. And then going over the page here, we've got just a corner tuck spot with, again, various items layered up. You've got some ruffle down the side and a bow. And then tucked in there, you've just got a little kind of, what are these called? Like a kind of flip out, which, oh, by the looks of things, I've actually glued it down, so no longer opens. There we go. That tucks in there and it just kind of flips out like that. So that's just taking just a scrap from the background pages, and it's kind of held closed with one of the tickets. So I thought that went really nicely. That goes in there. Then on this page, I've just got, again, another piece that I've kind of made a bit of a sort of semi-cluster. And I've just tucked in a couple of pieces. There's a ticket from the Lavender Serenity and a ticket from the Papillon Green kit. Stamped a little image there of a bird. Then on this page, we've got a little fold out journaling kind of booklet, and that just tucks in, the flap just tucks in behind the big journaling card that's here. That just tucks in like that. And then that's just got a bit of bling, bit of lace, obviously, lace down the side, and then it's acting as a tuck spot here for one of the large pieces from the bird envelopes and tickets kit there. Then here I've just got some more of that beautiful ribbon with the butterflies and things, and I've just distress inked that up. I've made another cluster here and popped it as a corner tuck spot where I've just popped a ticket from the Lavender Serenity kit, and I just popped on a stamped image of a butterfly just to kind of tie it all in, you know, with the theme of the journal. So that just tucks up here. Then going over the page, I've got a little envelope here, which again, just pull that up, and it's just got a little piece from the bird envelopes and tickets kit. Oops, so that just goes up there. Oh my gosh, it's really difficult around the camera. And then we've got some lace and a little flower and a button, some lace trim and a flower up there. And then on this page, I've just got some lace running down the side, and then I've got a vintage button held with a bulb pin here. And then I've just got one of the tickets just acting as a little tuck spot for a journaling card. So quite simple, but just, you know, pretty and kind of adds a bit of detail. Then on the next page, I've got this kind of fold down booklet, which is tied with string, and you just obviously can fold it kind of up and down like that. And obviously you could add some more pages in there if you wanted, kind of in the form of a little pad that you kind of sew or staple together, and then you could kind of glue it in there. So that's that. And then that's also acting as a little tuck spot or a pocket for a couple of other elements there. And a little stamped butterfly and some lace. And then on this page, I've just paper clipped on another one of those large pieces from the bird envelopes and tickets. So this is plain for journaling. This centre page, or the centre of the signature, is this centre page from the Lavender Serenity kit. So you've got there obviously the gorgeous kind of butterflies and things. And then paper clipped on, you've got another one of those. So that just kind of clips on there. Now this paper clip, I think this was a Tracy Fox tutorial quite a long time ago now. And I made this quite a long time ago, but I just thought it went really nicely actually in this journal. So it's a matchbox book style, you know, flip out that just tucks in, and obviously it's decorated up with this kind of bird image from some of my principles. And then it's got a paper clip here. So I just clipped that on and thought that was rather nice and just went really nicely with the journal. Then you've got some more plain page for journaling. And then on this page here, you've got some ruffle. We did this in the process video. So again, funnily enough, this is another matchbox book style kind of flip out. So you've got more room for journaling in here. That just tucks in like that. I've just popped a little ticket in there like that. Obviously, I'm just a bit fussy, so untuck that ruffle again. And then you've got a stamped image here that, you know, I'd kind of stamped separately and just popped in. And this is also a tuck spot behind, so, you know, you could also keep things behind. Obviously not that ticket because it would just get completely lost there, but let's take one of these. So you could also tuck something behind there. And then going over the page, we've just got here some stamped images, a little verse from a vintage book, and then a little flower and a bit more stamping. And then here, what I did was a bit similar to what I did with the Blue Haze kit. I've just taken one of the large butterflies from one of the background pages, and I just kind of trimmed around it, fussy cut around it, and stuck it down in kind of a couple of places as a huge pocket into the page. So tucked behind there, I've got here a little pad just with some kind of scraps of the offcuts of the background pages. I've just stapled that across and popped some lace trim across the top. So that just tucks in here. Another postcard from the bird themed tickets and postcards and things. So that just goes in there. And then down here, just for kind of extra detail really, I've just popped on a stamped image of a kind of journaling spot. And I've left that as a like a kind of tuck spot, I suppose, and just popped in a journaling card there. So you've got quite a few kind of different places there for keeping things. Then going over the page, I just made a little cluster here and just use that as a tuck spot. Actually, it's like a kind of corner pocket because I've stuck it down on the bottom and the side. And it's just obviously various elements layered up there. And a bit of ruffle running down and some pearl trim. And I just popped in these couple of elements in there. And then on this page, we've got some more of that gorgeous ribbon. Mine went blank there. And then what I did, I've taken a couple of stamped butterfly images here, and they're identical. I just cut them out twice, or, you know, stamped and cut them out twice and layered them up there. So you've got kind of a little bit more, you know, a texture or impact or whatever on the page. So I thought that was really fun. And then I've just popped some Diamante trim down the middle. And then here, this we did in a process video when I launched my bird envelopes kit. So this is a paper clip, obviously with one of the tickets, and then this envelope here, which we've decorated up and then we've just popped on a ticket on the back to kind of hold it closed. And then inside you've just got a little journaling card there that all coordinates really nicely. Oops, tuck that back. And that just paper clips on at the top, like that. And then going over the page, this is a Patricia Viramonte's book page pocket. Just decorated it up with various elements from the Papillon Green and the bird tickets. Used a word instinct from the Lavender Serenity, and then a bit of kind of fabric ruffle down the bottom. And in there, I've just popped one of the tickets from the Papillon Green, and then I just cut another kind of little matching ticket just from one of the background paper scraps that I had. And I've just kind of then tied them together with some ribbon there. So it's kind of a bit more interesting than just one ticket. And then tucked in behind, now I thought this was kind of fun. So I took kind of 3 pieces and I've done them in a kind of, like a kind of ladder, I suppose. So you've got a brad obviously on each end. So as it opens out like that, and you've got your 3 postcards. And then obviously on the back, you've got your coffee dye page for journaling. So I thought that was kind of fun, and a different way of doing it. So that's that. Let's tuck that in there. And then on this page, again, you've got another paper clip. So that paper clip there is, again, I think we did this on a process video. It's one of my Matchbox tops. And it's just holding on this little booklet. So this is just some coffee dyed paper that I've made a little booklet. I've got this little tag that I think, again, we decorated this up in the process video. Bulb pinned that onto the string. So that's actually running through the string, or at least it was. Yeah, it's running through the string. So it's kind of attached to that, but obviously you could undo that and move that somewhere else. And then I've layered up some elements from the Papillon Green here, and then got some pearl trim. And then when you open it out, it's just got this little piece here, which is another tuck spot. So you could obviously tuck something in here. And then you've got a pocket at the top where you could obviously tuck something else. So in fact, we will just go back through. Just going to pop a ticket in there. And then I'm sure there was somewhere else where I had 2 things. So if I just take this one here, and we can pop that in there like that, or maybe we're better off like that way round. So you've got obviously journaling space all around, and then a little tuck space, and then a pocket at the top. So, you know, I thought that was rather nice. Actually, I've just realised that's not going to work, because when that's paper clipped on, that's going to squash that tag. So I'll see whether this one fits in there. Right, so that one's better. And then obviously, you know, you can tie this back up and then paper clip it back on. So although I found this quite a challenge, kind of using different kits and things and putting them together in a way that to me, you know, felt very unnatural, because I normally like everything only from the same kit or the same colourways, I think the journal turned out really nice, and I'm really pleased that I kind of did that to challenge myself a bit. So here I've just got a postcard that I've used as a pocket. I've got some ruffle down the bottom and some lace, and then I just made a little flip here just with some coffee dyed paper. Popped on one of the postage stamp bits from one of the background pages and did some stamping around the edge. And then I just literally tucked it in behind there, so the kind of pad is sticking out, you know. And then we've got some book page, and on this book page I just took a little scrap of the background paper and again just kind of stuck that on there with some lace, just so it kind of ties it in really. And then I've got some lined paper and some more of the Lavender Serenity, some more of that book page doily, more blank paper then for journaling on the side, that other piece of that Lavender Serenity here, and then here, again acting as a tuck spot, and you've got another little pad. So again, just with some scraps of paper stapled with some lace at the top. That just tucks in behind there, and then here you've just got a little fold out kind of booklet with again some layered up pieces from the Papillon Green and some fabric ruffle down the bottom. Going over the page here, we've got a corner tuck spot or a corner pocket with some various bits layered up and some green lace down the side. I took the kind of coin envelope from the Papillon Green and I have assembled it, but I haven't put anything in it, but I just kind of tucked that in there. And then here on the facing page, I rather like this one. You've just got a couple of sheets of the background pages that are just trimmed down to kind of make stationery, and just literally stapled them on, or stapled them together, sorry, and glued them on. Popped some scraps of lace at the top just for detail. And then here, this is a piece from the Lavender Serenity, Live with a Greater Awareness, it says, oops, sorry. Which I just thought, again, just matched the kit really nicely. And I've just popped some lace behind that. So, you know, I think that's quite a nice kind of double page spread, really. And then finally on the last page, we've got here a belly band running down the middle. And I just have done a kind of piece of paper there that's kind of like a little fold out. And that just tucks in behind the bird ticket. So that's how it kind of is held in place. So that's that. You've got the word strong at the top with some faux diamante and things. And then tucked in here, you've got a few little tickets. So you've got a couple of tickets from the Lavender Serenity, which this one I just kind of popped on some of the butterfly ribbon, which ties it in. And then a couple of those double-ended tickets from the Papillon Green. So that all just kind of tucks in there. And then on the inside of the back cover, I have just popped here some vintage, sorry, not vintage, fabric ruffle on here. This is just some of the background page from the Papillon Green, and I've obviously kind of just filled in a little section where it didn't quite reach the length of the envelope. I've popped one of my junk journal flowers down the bottom that I thought went quite nicely, and some lace trim here. And then this is a little fold out flip. Now this is one of those gorgeous paper clips that I received in some happy mail from Susan quite a while ago now, but I have been hoarding them because I just think they're so gorgeous. She made these. She said there is a tutorial on YouTube. Now they just look very fiddly to me, so you know, I don't think I would be able to make them, but I have hoarded them for all this time, and I thought it was time that I actually parted with one. So I just thought it went really nicely on this page. So that's just holding this ticket, which is a double ticket. That's just holding that over the top of the flap. That this is just then an envelope, which contained in there, I've just popped a postcard. So that just goes in there like that. Then obviously the ticket just hooks over and can just paperclip that on. And then just for some detail, I just added a bit of lace and a button. And then here you've just got a tag, and I just popped a bit of lace up there. Just a tag from the bird envelopes and tickets kit. And I just have literally popped some eyelash trim on the top of that. So, you know, that's kind of all that I did with that. And that just tucks in there. So, yeah, I did find this journal quite a challenge to make, but I do love how it turned out. Oops, I nearly forgot. I opened the back flap. It's massive in there, so you could get lots and lots of things in there. I have literally just popped in this piece. Actually, this was a piece that I actually had forgotten that I'd made. So I'd obviously made it to glue into the book and then forgot all about it, and then just discovered it kind of after I'd assembled the book. So I just popped it in with some other pieces. So I've popped in obviously one of the round tickets, a couple of the postcards, and then one of the fussy cut butterflies that I just thought then, you know, it would be completely up to whoever buys the journal. They may want to obviously pop this in somewhere. You've got a couple of thickish pages. This page here, for instance, it's only paper clipped on. You could pop that on there. This page here is quite plain. You could kind of assemble that, or, you know, pop that in there. There's one or two pages that are quite thick that could take this, you know, so whoever kind of buys the journal may want to actually kind of pop this in and attach it. Or indeed, you know, you may want to leave it in that back pocket with obviously all the ephemera pieces. So, you know, I thought that was kind of quite fun to just have that bit of versatility. And obviously, you know, then you, whoever buys it, you know, could have the opportunity for a bit of kind of personalisation, really. So that just, I popped in there like that. And obviously you could pop some other things in there too. So that's the complete journal. I haven't thought of a name for it yet, but hopefully I will have done by the time that I upload this video, and obviously I will upload the video to coincide with it going into my Etsy shop. So I hope you like it. I had a lot of fun making it, and it was really nice to kind of push myself outside of my usual comfort zone. So yeah, hope you like it, and thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you again soon. Thanks then. Bye.